Aveline, welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today we are building something in The Sims 4 like we usually do here on the channel. It is going to be a fashion student's apartment. However, before we get started with the build, I just quickly want to say thank you to Imu for sponsoring today's video. You can download Imu completely for free and play it today by clicking on the link at the top of the description box. So as a Sims player, you've probably heard of Imu before, but in case you haven't, let me introduce you to the app. Imu is a simulation game, so in Imu you can both design your own avatar completely to your liking, join chat room with different themes, meet lots of friends, and I'd argue probably the most important thing is you can go shopping. So I'm quickly going to show you my character. This is her. This is what she looks like. I can go in here and change her clothing if I want to. So what am I wearing right now? Let's change it to a jacket with a top. Looking kind of cute, maybe some jeans. Oh, I love these pants. Yes, I'm gonna stick to these. And let's change let's go with a choker. I feel like a choker would look good with this look, but let's get rid of the other necklace. But we can also go shopping, so I think we should do that. So they have a wide variety of different items, different designer items as well that you can choose between. You can have a lot of fun with this if you like to create characters. I'm actually gonna go with these jeans because I think the high waist is gonna look good with the jacket and the top, right? Yes. But there's more to Imu than just shopping and character creation, because we also have different chat rooms that we can join. So I want to show one off to you that I found the other day. So I'm currently alone here, but I just want to show you the background because this place is the neon rooftop hangout and it looks so cool with all the high risers in the background, all the skyscrapers. I really like this vibe. It kind of reminds me of something I've built before. I'm not gonna lie. Look at me just chilling like a queen in my throne. But if a beach setting is more your style, oh, that's a beautiful moon in the background as well. Wow. You can also visit places like this. And there's lots of people here today as well, just chilling about in the pool. So I'm not really dressed for this right now, I'm not gonna lie, but oh, she looks like she's just chilling. I look so comfy. So you can download Imu for free and play today if you click on the link at the top of the description box. If you want to add me, I'm at Aveline16. Feel free to come hang out with me if you want to. And thank you again so much to Imu for sponsoring today's video, but most importantly, thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you all so much. Now, let's get started with today's build. So today I have a short little build for you. I felt like, so first of all, this is for a fashion student, but it's definitely not decorated on a student's budget. I just want to say, I know that in The Sims we don't have a lot of like smaller apartments. I mean, I've taken some apartments and then turned them into several apartments, like split up the apartment into several studios before. I've done that, but sometimes I also just want to build in one apartment instead of taking one and turning it into 4 different ones. So, but it's kind of funny because with The Sims, the apartments are so big that none of them actually feel like they could be realistic apartments for students, for example, because when you're a student, you're on a very tight budget. So just want to say that this is definitely not done on a student's budget. I realize that, but like, we're building in The Sims. We have limitations. It is what it is. I can't make up apartments myself. So I mean, that would be funny if we could, but no, we can't. So yeah, just want to get that out of the way because I feel like the last couple of times I've done apartments for students or like first apartments, I always get a comment about how unrealistic it is, but we don't have smaller apartments like this. Maybe Salim's apartment is a little bit smaller, but that one has such tall walls that I don't like them. I'm pretty sure they're on the tallest wall height, and I just don't really like that wall height. So sometimes I just want to avoid that apartment. But I have actually done I've done a micro apartment in that one for like 5 Sims at a time. So just want to say, like, we've already built in that one. So anyway, but this is for fashion students. So what I wanted to do with this one, I feel like there are 2 different kinds of fashion students. There are the very like sleek, very, I want to call it sophisticated, but that makes it sound like the other type isn't sophisticated. I just don't take it that way, okay? Like a very monochrome, very minimalistic, very toned down kind of fashion student where everything has to look sleek and everything has a spot in the apartment or the home wherever they live. Everything just kind of like everything is a little toned down and very particular or very specifically chose, like every item in the apartment is there for a reason. Does that make sense? So I feel like there's that kind of fashion student, but then there's also the one that's like super experimental with colors and stuff, and probably has a lot of items, has a lot of like memorabilia from good times, and just has like a lot of clothes that are all for different occasions and stuff, like crazy dresses and stuff. Like I feel like there are two different kinds of fashion students, and those are it. And today we're building for the first one. So I wanted to make this very monochrome, very black, white, gray. I don't do apartments that are, first of all, I don't use gray flooring very often because I find it very difficult to actually decorate with gray flooring and it looks nice. I think as long as you go for gray flooring, you kind of have to gray, did I say great? As long as you go for, as soon as you go for gray flooring, I feel like the rest of the apartment has to be a grayscale color scheme as well, maybe with a little bit of beige thrown in there just for like some kind of color, if you get what I mean. So I don't really very often tend to go for gray floors, but for this apartment, I wanted to just do a color scheme that I don't usually do. So like, this is black, white, gray, which I have done before, but it's like black, white, gray taken a step further because literally everything is black, white, gray. And then with like a tiny bit of beige here and there, just a tiny bit. Like the chairs over there, the bar chairs by the dining table, the pillows. Actually, it was the pillows on the couch that made me kind of decide that, okay, we're going to throw a little bit of beige in there, but it's like minimal touches of beige, just minimal. It also makes it a little bit easier for me because a lot of items in The Sims are not necessarily full on true tone gray. They're like gray beige. So they have like a twist of beige. See the bed as well, a little bit of beige. So it just makes it a little bit easier for me to match everything with each other. It would be the same if I had to do like a full-on white house or a white apartment or something. A lot of the white items in The Sims are not the same kind of tone of white. So some of them will be like blue toned, some of them will be a little bit cream toned, and yeah, it just makes it a little bit easier to throw a little bit of beige in there so we can negate some of the different tones of gray, black, and white there are in the game, if you get what I mean. Hopefully that makes sense, but like, it might not. I don't know. So other than the color scheme, I wanted the interior. Obviously the kitchen it's not very common to find apartments here that have dark kitchens, but to make it fit with the rest of the apartment, I decided to go for dark counters. Usually they would be white here in Denmark. I can only speak on behalf of Denmark. That's where I come from and where I live, so I can only speak on behalf of us. But usually when you move into apartments, they already have a kitchen, and usually the counters will be white. So I took the creative liberty to give the apartment gray, black counters. And then as for the living room, just making sure that they got like living room essentials covered, but I still wanted to do something a little bit youthful in here, so I did that throughout the bedroom here. Like there's a lot of stuff going on above the bed. I also like this thing with the clothing racks that are hanging above the bed. I've done that a couple of times before, I think, especially with teen apartments, because you're living in a small apartment. Like, where is all if you're a fashion student, you have a lot of clothes. That's a rule. So where do those clothes go? I imagine them to just kind of have clothes everywhere, and that's why they get two clothing racks over here, but also these like hanging above the bed as well. So like, even when they're lying down with their head on the pillow, they can still look up and see clothes. And I don't know, I like that, but I would hate it for my own apartment because I don't want things hanging above my head when I'm sleeping. But that's just, that's a thing. Actually, I have paintings above my bed on like a gallery shelf. That's a thing. But I don't think I'd want clothes hanging up there. I don't know. Let me know what you think. But just adding some youthful touches to it, so like through clutter as well, and a couple of decor pieces in the bedroom as well, whereas the living room is a little bit more sleek and a little bit more mature maybe, and then with some clutter too. So, and as for the bathroom, it's very simple, super tiny, 5 tiles total, just has the whatever you need in there, so nothing too exciting, but some clutter too, because we did get the bathroom clutter kit recently and I wanted to play around with it. But that's basically it for this apartment. So I hope you guys like it. If you do, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it on the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. And as always, the tray files can be found over on my Patreon, which will be linked to in the description box down below. Thank you again so much to Imbu for sponsoring today's video. You can download the app by clicking on the link at the top of the description box. And that's all I got for you guys today. So I hope you all enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.
We'll take a long